Alrighty, so we're gonna finish this on up. So, Day Day's out of the cell finally. It's the final crew that's gonna be in the cell with me before I finally get on out of here. It's me, B, Vicious, and this new dude Johnson. So we moved Johnson in, and the story for moving Johnson in was the dude that came and talked to me with about Day Day, about saying he's got to get, he understands he's moving him out and he'll find somebody. He goes around and finds Johnson, and they pay Johnson an ID of Deuce to move into my cell. And Johnson's just kind of like, well, shit, man, they got to pay me to move into this. Well, what kind of, fuck it, all right. I mean, I'm getting paid. Is it not too bad? Johnson moved in. He was a cool dude. Him and B, they never did. They used to, but they didn't do meth while they were in prison. This time around, B was like a 60-year-old man. Johnson's about 40, in his mid 40s, and Vicious was in his 40s. And Vicious dabbled in the meth, but I mean, Vicious was doing, like I said, 15-year bids. So I'm not gonna say I approve, but at the same time, who am I to judge? Do your time how you got to do your time. I can't imagine having to do more than 5, 10, 15 years in prison. That's insane. That's a lot of time to be locked up in a cage like that. So you cope with however you got to cope. You just got to be able to keep it under control and just not let it take over and do shit. But like I said, I'm not condoning it, but at the same time, I understand, man. You gotta escape somehow. So Johnson moves in, and feel him out. He's not a weirdo or anything else. Like I said, he's cool. He then tells me a story about how this is about 3 or 4 weeks after he's moved in, so he's feeling more comfortable. He tells me what was being said in his cell to him before he came over. His cellies were talking to him. This one dude talked a lot of shit, but then he also checked in a couple days after Johnson left, so that tells you a little bit about him. He told Johnson, he's like, yeah, man, where you're going, dude, there's a sex offender. He's a real fucking weirdo. This white dude over there, he's a real fucking weirdo. He's a sex offender. He pays the Mexicans to protect him and shit, man. Dude, you're fucking good luck going in that cell. And he told me that, and he's like, and I met you, and I was just like, I guess he was talking about you, but I mean, Eric, that's not at all what. I mean, shit. I was just like, yeah, man, that's rumors, man. Fuck it. And then to me, when I heard that, I thought, so that's the rumor going around that I'm a sex offender, or not the rumor, but there's that thought going around that I'm a fucking weirdo, paying the Mexicans to keep me for protection. And my thought only was like, fuck it. They think I'm paying for protection, and they know to not fuck with me. Who gives a fuck what people think of you? If they think you're a sex offender or whatnot, if they think you're fucking weird, or they think you're gonna do something or whatever, and they stay away from you, boot, mission accomplished. Right there. I'm not in prison to make friends. I'm not in prison to fucking please these people, to have a good reputation, or to have a solid, kick-ass story of I am just Mr. Batten. Fuck no, I'm there to do my time, get the fuck home. The job in survival, the job in prison, the plan in prison is survival. Go home. That is what going to prison, that is the goal of prison. Go the fuck home. You motherfuckers that are in there like, I'm going to make a name for myself, dude, you guys got it all fucking twisted. Go the fuck home and continue living your life. Get the fuck out. So he told me that, and I was just kind of like, hey man, I won that mental war already. If I've won the war or won the fight before it ever even happened, boop, doesn't even matter. So I thought that was pretty interesting that people got those kind of rumors going around. And in my mind also, it was like, the symbolism of me giving my ice cream buddy ice cream out in the middle of the day room and letting everybody see it, boom, that accomplished exactly what I needed it to accomplish. People knew I had a relationship with somebody that had some pull, and were like, hey man, don't fuck with them. So boom, right there, mission accomplished. Johnson was then like, he's like, man, fuck it, I got paid an ID of dues to move into a fucking cool ass cell. I'm happy as shit. Johnson finished out his little bid. He got out after I did, about a month after I did. I'm going through everything. I finished my SAP class, which is substance abuse prevention. And you go in, we went for 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You go in, and it was essentially just drug therapy, methods and ways to cope with having to not use substances, and different ways to try and, not use substances whenever you get out. I'm a stoner and I drink whiskey. Those are that's my vice. That's my sin, or my deal. So I just was like, weed, yeah, oh yeah, that's really gonna make you violent. But whiskey, alcohol absolutely does have detrimental effects. So I was able to use those experiences and get through the class. It was just basically show up and go through the motions, and boom, you get 4 months off your sentence. I was like, fuck yeah, sign me up for a program credit, 4 months off your sentence, fuck yeah. So all in all, I had a 29 month sentence, and with the 20% good time and the 4 months off from a program credit, I ended up serving 19 months, which, some people will be like, oh, that's nothing, that's baby time. Dude, 1 month in prison is too fucking long to spend your life in prison. That is, it is a waste of your life going to prison. They don't have any, there are programs, but these are, just absolutely just bullshit programs that you show up, you go through the motions, and even then you've got to bust your ass and beg and plead and hope to God they get you in a program. And even then, you're in there with other inmates who, it's not necessarily the best learning environment. And you've got to want to do it. And people don't want to do it. They want to get out of their cell. They want to go do, they want to not have to do the same monotonous, stupid bullshit they've been doing all day. So I have very mixed feelings on these programs. Yes, they do have a good intentional purpose, or good intent, but it seems just a drop in the bucket. It doesn't really actually seem to, with the recidivism rate at what it's at, how much is it actually, if we keep one person from coming back? No, you get one person out of 99, you guys are still having a business run on people ruining their fucking lives doing this shit. I'm sorry, I'm ranting and raving and not staying on the story. It became a very very sore subject for me, because you see a side of society where everything's going to waste, and there's people that are making their livings and their careers off of making sure other people's lives stay shitty. And I really got a sour taste for COs and the legal system, and just anybody involved with the process of just like, you guys are pieces of shit because you're perpetuating the system. Well, somebody's got to do it. No, you don't. Go do something else. Be a fireman. Be a medic. Go join the military. Be a garbage man. Do something that's actually productive, something that adds to society. Not this, well, I'm gonna just be a babysitter and then hate my life and then take it out on the inmates that I'm looking. No, get the fuck out of here. That's an excuse. You're a fucking drone. Do something better. So, going through, and I'm slated to get out. Now, I didn't tell anybody. I tried to keep it quiet about my out date. The only person I told was Mateo, because I had a TV, and he had asked me out in public if he could buy it from me, and I told him no, because I didn't want anybody knowing that he was going to get it. And then I went back to him, and I was like, hey, man, you get me a knot of tobacco, or you give me some tobacco, and that TV will find its way to your cell when I leave. He was like, all right, baby, Eric's my dude. Yes, sir. Gotcha. So I ended up giving a lot of my stuff to him. I had a good amount of stuff built up. I hooked my cellies up with stuff. One of my insurance policies was you can only buy a light bulb, one light bulb per commissary purchase a week. So I would buy one every week, and I didn't smoke meth, but having the items to make the pipes, that's currency to trade with. So as my insurance policy, I would buy all the stuff to make a pipe every week and then just hold on to it and not tell anybody that I have it in case that my money from outside ever stopped coming in. So I had my little insurance policy built up. I ended up giving each of my cellies, well, not each of them. Each of them. Yeah, it was each of them. I gave each of them two pipes, everything to make 2 pipes with. And then I ended up giving Mateo, I think 12 light bulbs and 8 other items to make or enough to make 8 more pipes with all that as well. At the end, I gave that motherfucker Mateo fucking a TV, art supplies, probably a good $75 in commissary just from chips, tortillas, meat, beans, Kool-Aids, cheese, all kinds of shit. All kinds of miscellaneous electronic stuff. I didn't have a radio. He wanted a radio. I didn't have one of those. I just never had the need for it. Gave him he got an extra cup, a good cup. B got my water bottle because he was working in the kitchen, so he needed something to stay hydrated with. And then after I gave that, when I gave Mateo the box of all the stuff that he was getting on top of the TV, dude brought back, I swear to God, a baseball size of tobacco and was just like, Eric, dude, what the fuck, dude? Why'd you give me all this? You blessed me more than anyone's ever. Holy shit, dude, here you go. We must have, man, I was almost getting sick from how much tobacco we were smoking that night. I shared that day. I gave so much away to my cellies. They just couldn't believe it. They're like, man, Eric needs to leave prison more often. It was Christmas in our cell. It was a fun time. It left. So now I'm leaving. I'm getting out. I got my box. I go up to processing. They process you out. You take another picture. They fingerprint you again. Now when they fingerprint you, they do all 5 fingers. They do your palm. They do a quick press on your fingers, and then they also do the side of your hands because whenever people peer into windows, they get the side of your palm now too. So they're very thorough with this fingerprinting process. Normally, you get $100 gate money. If you have more than that on your books and you don't qualify, you don't get the gate money. You just get the money that's on your books. They have a savings program. Whenever you get money put on your books, 10% of that goes directly into a mandatory savings fund for the inmate upon release. So I got that money instead, which either way, it's nice to have a little something when you get out. You go up there and you're just sitting. It was me and one other dude, and it took them 3 hours to process me and this one dude out once we got up there and to get everything done. And I go out and it's surreal. My parents pick me up. They're like, what do you want whenever you get out? I was like, I want a Red Bull and I want some fucking cigarettes. I want to smoke and be able to just not worry about it. And I know that sounds petty, and it's like, well, that's your man. It's the small things in life, ladies and gentlemen. Colors are so much more beautiful. These small things of just driving my truck. I love being bored at work now because I am not in that fucking cell. You get so much more of an appreciation for life. God had me go through that process. For one, to touch some lives in prison, and 2, to make me have a better understanding of the freedoms that we have, that I have. I thank Jesus for getting me through that process and that whole ordeal. That was a fucking trial, but it was something that God wanted me to go through, and I did. And I thank him for that opportunity. I know it sounds weird as that being an opportunity, but it made me grow stronger as a person. If y'all got loved ones in prison, write them. If you have a friend in prison, if you know somebody, write them. I don't care if it's just to say, hey, what's up? I really ain't got nothing to say. Just want to say you're not forgotten. Just wanted to say, only people I'd say don't is fucking child diddlers. If you're a fucking chomo, let that motherfucker rot. Let them rot and just leave. Don't let them just fade into oblivion. But everybody else, thieves, murderers, extortionists, car theft, drug dealer. I mean, except for just write them. Write them. Let them know they aren't forgotten. It will also do your soul some healing. And it's a whole different world, and I can't even explain it. You have to experience it. I do not wish it upon anybody, but at the same time, it is something that if you go through, you will have a whole new understanding of society. This has been a fun journey for me telling y'all this story. I will make another video detailing what the actual situation was that landed me up in prison. And I will be making that sometime in the near future. Thank you for sitting along and listening to me tell this story. Please share, like, comment, send this to anybody and everybody that you think just fuck it is bored, would like to hear some interesting stuff. At least I find it kind of interesting. Take care, y'all.